So, what is the most important thing that people should know about you guys right now?
We're cool, man. Look at the sunglasses and a flying saucer. what else do you want to know?
Actually, really, we're really not kidding when we say cool, because we want this to be fun. Too much of science is wrapped up in, equations, too much seriousness. How do you break it down to the common person and complex mathematics and physics and so forth? Clearly, the way to understand them is by having somebody experience, the Leaning Tower of Pizza, when objects, fall, they fall at the same rate, it happens on the moon. People see demonstrations of things like that, they get to have a sense, and especially for a child, they're more likely to pursue a career in science or even aerospace if they have a very good experience with
Whatever it may be.
Yeah.
One of our goals is people learn without knowing they're learning, and so they can learn about thrust or electronics or engines or whatever, but they're really working on a flying saucer or learning about it. And so we've had a number of students here just in the first morning at ISPCS that have come up. It's amazing, from Denver and New Mexico State and different places.
Doniana Community College.
Yeah, Doniana.
In fact, there's so much we probably can share everything with you.
They're just really like, I want to work on this, and they're volunteering. They want to volunteer their time. They want to be on the team, and this even goes up to our mentors that are helping us with the region to establish our facility here. They just want to be on the, we're so lucky. They just want to be on the team. It's just different, a flying saucer. Even when we change the shape, it's a vertical takeoff and landing, like a craft, like a helicopter, but because it's shaped like a saucer, has ducted fans, it's safer because they're not exposed, redundant engines. They just want to work on it.
Yeah, on the educational side, it's, we had a bunch of students from electrical engineering, industrial engineering, MBA, graduate level, that actually poured over the saucer, and going back and forth.
We were able
to compare with other competitors that might be out there in terms of helicopters, and they learned so much from it. They all went up and gave a presentation, each of them, and so we see activities like that. We see activities where we build special models with certain types of printing technology. So we've got a few things up our sleeve when it comes to the saucer and everything related to it. And a flying saucer experience is an educational experience. The Virgin Galactic experience, the flying saucer experience, comes with more than just buying a flying saucer. For the first human who owns a flying saucer, it's not going to be, hey, here's your flying saucer, we're done with you. You go fly it, have fun. It's an experience. We take feedback on flight. We have people pour over the data constantly. Safety is the biggest, one of the biggest things that we address first. But we've been invited to museums, to universities. People want to touch, see, and feel. At Doniana Community College, they've used their saucer this past couple of semesters to actually teach their aviation, aerospace. Margaret Ocampos is one of those key people.
She and her team printed us a 3D little model of it, and don't have it here, but they actually printed it, and then she stopped by the booth this morning. Yep. Wants to print some more.
She might bring some tomorrow, actually.
Awesome.
So it's very far-reaching, the different aspects of this technology, from the flight control system, electronics, the materials, the physics of it, the ducted fans, the rotary engines, and so when you talk about production, you really have to understand all of these things to the point where you can explain it. You're sure about everything. There's a test program for everything. The optimization of the fuel, whether or not we want to include battery systems. What's the fuel mix going to be? And of course, do you want a I mean, what kind of features do you want on this thing?
AM,
for,
FM.
for a customer. You know, a seat warmer, a coffee mug, a spot holder, you know, a place where you can take a nap while this thing takes you home without you having to fly it. You know, so the possibilities, I think it's a major science project. It might be small, but I think it's as significant and far-reaching in terms of human travel and transportation, just as the suborbital space flights that we're contemplating. You know, the ability to move freely has always been in the human, you know, spirit. So being able to traverse water, being able to take off from water, being able to just being able to traverse difficult terrain with that, with a certain degree of freedom and convenience, is just a huge, you know, draw for a lot of people. They just really consider it something. You know, I can just hop in here, less congestion on the road because you can take you can basically take the shortcut right over, you know, to this place without having to drive. And
kind of like the crow flies.
As the crow flies. No better way to put it than that, but it's as the crow flies. And so, yeah, there's a lot of excitement about this project, and I mean, really, you know, once we get some serious funding behind it, you know, we're in the process of doing that in terms of selecting investors and so forth, and you know, we're looking forward to within a year to actually, you know, start working on the next version, actually building it. You know, right now it's designed, but we need to build it and you know, source, for example, depending on how many units, you know, the demand is, you know, we have to ramp up for manufacturing, and that takes a lot of effort. So there's a lot of planning still that we need to do.
You know, it's been exciting. This is our second year with the booth, and we have the saucer here. A lot of people are seeing it, and you know, it generates a lot of buzz on its own. So it's pretty cool, pretty exciting, and we look forward to actually building the next prototype. Flying when it flies, I think you're going to see a lot. You know, it's going to be a whole.
And that's what we've been working towards.
Whole nother leap.
Yeah,
and,
the visitor experience. You know, Spaceport America. You know, there's some things going on there, but you know, the flying saucer experience can really happen any place. And
so we'll see where that goes next.
Right.